Okay, okay, thank you.
Okay?
Okay, so not today at all, just go home today. All right,
But it's 11 o'clock tomorrow.
okay, thank you so much.
Okay? You're welcome. Good luck to
Thank
you.
you.
All right, good afternoon, everybody. You're in First Appearance Magistrate Court. My name is Judge Kim Teresa Malika. Today, you're going to be informed of the charges, and we're going to determine if there's probable cause. Today is not your trial day. Please do not talk about the facts of your case. Everything's being recorded. You have a right to remain silent. You also have a right to an attorney. There's a public defender, Mr. Romero, at the main jail, and we have Mr. Reedy, who's over here to my right. If you have a private attorney, please let me know immediately when you step up to the podium. Somebody at Paul Ryan Conti or North Broward has their microphone on. Let's call Claudia Arbalaze.
She's in North Broward, Your Honor.
Okay. Hold on. All right, North Broward, we have Claudia Arbalaze.
Thanks.
Good afternoon, ma'am. How are you? All right. You have trespass, occupied structure, or conveyance, $100 bond. Court does find probable cause. You were trespassing at the Chevron, 1701 Northwest or Southwest 101st Street in Miramar, Florida. Court does find probable cause. Defense, Mr. Reedy?
Would you like to resolve this case this afternoon, ma'am?
Thank you.
Yes, I would like to resolve this case.
Let me see if we have a plea offer.
The offer would be a time served, no return.
If you want to give up your right to a trial and enter a plea of no contest, you can receive time served, but you can't go back to this mobile station, which is on, actually, it's 101st Avenue in Miramar. Okay, you got to stay away from there. You go back there, you'll get rearrested.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. Albalez would like to accept the state's offer, Your Honor.
Okay, and that's an adjudication time served? Okay, ma'am. Raise your right hand. Do you swear and/or affirm to tell the truth? Okay, is your name Claudia Arbalaze? Arbelaez? All right, it's my understanding you wish to waive your right to a trial?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anybody forcing you to do this?
No, Your Honor.
Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication?
No, Your Honor.
Ever been treated for a mental illness that would affect your ability to understand what's going on here today?
No, Your Honor.
All right, how do you want to plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest to trespass, occupied structure, or conveyance?
No contest.
Are you going to agree not to return to the Chevron at 1701 Southwest 101st Ave, Miramar, Florida?
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand that if you go back there, ma'am, you're going to be subject to arrest.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, the court's going to accept your plea, find this freely and voluntarily entered. The court has reviewed the court file and finds probable cause for the plea. Adjudicate, time served, 293. No return to this Chevron, ma'am. You have 30 days to appeal the sentence of the court. If you can't afford an attorney, one will be appointed. Thank you.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, next one is Kiera Johnson.
Also North Broward.
All right. Should move that TV over.
Yeah.
Huh? It's gonna hit you in the face one day. All right, Miss Johnson, how are you today, ma'am? Good. All right, so why are we doing this again?
Well, the last time it was on the motion to release, Your Honor. Today it's a change of charge. If you recall, you didn't find PC for the the top count. I brought in the detective. We argued for PC under a different charge, which we ultimately filed, and you set a bond and release conditions on that count. Then she was charged with attempted possession of firearm by a convicted felon. For the date, they had to book her for possession of firearm by convicted felon because there is no statute number for attempted. So it's a change of charge because we filed what you did find PC for. We ultimately filed.
Okay,
I believe she was arraigned by Judge Siegel yesterday, Your Honor.
okay.
And
Was that on a threat to throw, place, discharge, or destructive advice?
yes, and attempted possession of firearm ammunition by convicted felon.
Okay, all right, so let me just start this out, ma'am. So this is a change of charge, or?
Yes.
All right, ma'am, you have a change of charge. Is this a lateral change of charge, basically?
Yeah, it's a change of charge to the same offenses you found PC for at our first appearance.
Okay, so this is just a technicality, ma'am. Count 1 is threat to throw or place, discharge a destructive device. Last time it was attempted, it was a false report of a bomb, explosive weapon, device of mass destruction. Bomb was set at 250. And then count 3 here is possession of weapon or ammo by other state delinquent adult felon. Last time, count 2 was a probation violation, so, for 2, so we're just doing 1 and 3.
Yes, also 5 and 6 are no bond holds for violation of probation, Your Honor.
It's a pretrial.
A violation of pretrial, I'm sorry, yes.
Okay, hello.
Okay,
So,
this ain't no bond.
hold on.
So what?
Well, we're just dealing with these 2 charges today, ma'am. Threat to,
The bond like super high, like that's crazy.
okay. All right, court does find probable cause unless I hear an objection state. What are you asking for count 1?
Your Honor, I'm asking for the same bonding conditions that you previously set, noting, and I can confirm, she was arraigned by Judge Siegel yesterday morning.
All right, what are you asking for on 2?
Just, I don't recall off the top of my head, just the same bonds that you had set
I
already.
don't have that. I just have 250, and I only have a probation violation.
No, there's a second page of findings I attached, Your Honor.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I'm asking to be free, cause I ain't did nothing. I'm innocent. Jesus Christ. Y'all gotta get it right. Y'all gotta get it
50,000.
together. Jesus Christ. I'm free. I ain't did that. I'm sitting in jail, but guess what? I'm free. Cause I ain't did that. I ain't committed no crime. Y'all know I ain't committed no crime. Y'all know I ain't committed no crime. Do it right. Jesus Christ. Do it right. Jesus is the Christ. Do it right. Be right.
Okay.
Y'all have a blessed day. God is good.
Hold on, ma'am, I'm not done. You're gonna voluntarily absent yourself from the court. I have some special conditions.
No, go ahead.
You're not to have any victim contact, direct or indirect, with
I don't know those people. I ain't had no contact
KO,
with those people.
DB, and KB. No firearms, ammunition, or weapons. No return to family physicians. No contact with any employees at family physicians at 2910 West Oakland Park Boulevard, Suite A4 and A5, Oakland Park, Florida.
I need anyway. God is good.
GPS monitor level 2. Anything else, Mr.
Your Honor, I'm just looking over your notes. And if I missed you, just order it. If you ordered it now and I missed it, I apologize. You ordered no possession of any firearms, weapons, or ammo
Yes.
originally. And I
I
think,
went off of this.
yeah, and you also included, in addition to the no victim contact and no return to that office, no contact with any of the employees or physicians at that office at Broward's Family Physicians.
I said no to contact and no return.
Yeah, I just wanted to put on the record that it also included any employees that also,
Yes, no contact with any employees or the physicians at Broward Family. Broward Family Physicians, 2910 West Oakland Park Boulevard, Suite A4 and A5, Oakland Park, Florida.
thank
Okay,
you, Judge.
thank you very much, ma'am.
And I'm still in pain. Let them know I'm still in pain.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Okay. All right, so let me just, do you want me to write all of that here, or can I give you this? I want to write this here, I changed. Do you have anybody for the Spanish interpreter, Mr. Romero, while I'm writing this down?
Judge, I think it's Conte that we have the Spanish interpreter for.
Okay.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello, give me one moment. Who do you have there with the Spanish interpreter?
Ariel.
All right. Tell him to just wait one moment. I'll be with him momentarily.
Un momento, estamos con usted, espérese un momento.
That's Ariel Guzman. I gotta print something out for you, Judge, on that one anyways.
If you could just tell Mr. Guzman that I'm just writing something out for another case, and I'll be with him momentarily.
Señor Guzmán, ya vamos a estar con usted, está a veces escribiendo unas notas de otro caso. Enseguida estamos con usted.
Bring this up. Just lift it.
Okay, would you like a copy of this? Oh, okay. All right, let me just make sure. KD. All right, thanks. Eric, why don't you come and look at this and make sure? Oh, we have no firearms. Just make sure that these two. I'll sign it and. You're welcome. All right, here you go. Let me get Guzman. Is he from this morning or this afternoon? All right, if you could raise your right hand, do you swear and or affirm to translate from Spanish to English, English to Spanish?
Yes, I do, Your Honor. Theodore Leal for the record.
I don't have them here.
It should be a change of charge at the very end, one of the last couple cases.
What's his last name?
Guzman.
Guzmán.
Here it is, I'm sorry. Ariel Guzman. Is that your name, sir?
Guzmán. ¿Ese es su nombre, señor?
Okay, thank you, sir. Good
Gracias.
afternoon. You're charged with one count of burglary, unoccupied conveyance, unarmed.
Buenas tardes, señor. Usted tiene un cargo de allanamiento ilegal en un vehículo sin utilizar armas.
You have to talk
Yes.
about bond. Any objection to probable cause, Mr. Reedy?
Objeción.
No,
señor
Your
Reedy.
Honor, I've read the investigative report that the state printed out.
Ya leí el reporte que hizo la fiscalía, nos imprimió. Bien.
Your Honor, this is a downfile charge from burglary with a battery to burglary with a conveyance.
Sí, este es un cargo que se redujo de un allanamiento con ataque a una
Say that again?
de automóvil.
It was downfile from burglary with a battery to burglary of a conveyance.
Sí, este fue venía de uno de agresión.
Judge Spicer, at
Sin
his first
agresión.
appearance, did order him to be held no bond.
Okay.
So, Joseph Pfizer que no tuvieran fianza.
But clearly, obviously, he's entitled to a bond now. It's a bondable offense.
Claramente él tiene derecho a una fianza porque se puede pagar fianza por este tipo de infracción.
Your Honor, based on the allegations
Basado en las alegaciones, su señoría,
and his recent criminal history,
y su historial delictivo reciente,
the state is going to be requesting a $5,000 bond,
la fiscalía pide $5,000 de fianza,
no victim contact.
prohibición de contacto con la víctima.
One moment, Judge.
A ver las iniciales de la víctima, un momento.
AHA, like cat with the K.
KAT,
KP.
KKP.
No, just one K.
T as in,
KP.
Oh, ok.
T as in
KP.
tango.
KP is in,
KP,
KP
okay.
como
I don't know what.
Peter.
Your Honor, when
Señoría.
Mr. Guzman was arrested for this offense,
Lo arrestaron a señor Guzmán por esta infracción.
he was out of custody on charges of theft, resisting without violence, and unlawful use of false name ID.
Él estaba fuera de custodia por cargos de hurto, resistir sin violencia y utilizar identificación falsa.
He has since pled those charges out.
Y eso él llegó a un acuerdo declaratorio por esos cargos.
He also had an unlawful use of false name ID last year,
También un uso ilegítimo de identificación el año pasado.
a petty theft with unlawful use of false name ID last year,
Un hurto menor con uso de identificación falsa también el año pasado.
and a 2016 theft that he pled out in March of last year.
Y en el 16 que tenía un hurto que él llegó a un acuerdo declaratorio en marzo del año pasado.
Okay, defense?
¿Defensa? ¿Qué dice?
Judge, I'm just trying to look and see what he resolved his other case to.
Well, let me
It was a
confirm.
misdemeanor, I think.
Creo que era un delito
Sir,
menor.
there's no victim contact, direct or indirect,
There's no
Se le
objection
prohíbe
to that.
contacto con la víctima ni directo ni indirecto, prohibido.
with the alleged victim in this case,
Con la presunta víctima en este caso,
with the initials KP.
con la acción de que KP,
Direct or indirect, sir, means no contact,
directo ni indirecto quiere decir que no debe haber contacto,
in person,
ni en persona,
calling, texting,
por teléfono, texteo,
no writing,
ni por escrituras,
no contact via social media,
ni contacto por las redes sociales,
and no contact via third parties.
ni contacto mediante terceras personas.
Do you understand, sir?
¿Entiende eso, señor? Sí. Yes.
All right.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, I didn't realize, just to let the court know,
Para que la corte lo sepa,
the misdemeanor case that he was out on, that he actually resolved before Judge Diaz on Monday,
resolvió con el juez Díaz el delito menor el lunes.
theft, false ID, and resisting without violence.
Hurto, ID falsa y resistir sin violencia.
He pled the charges out to a withhold on all counts,
Fue un fallo mínimo en todos los cargos,
but at the time of this offense, he was being supervised by pretrial release
pero él
services
estaba bajo
on
libertad
those
provisional
charges.
cuando cometió esta infracción.
Mr. Linder, how come it says on my KPS, attempted?
That I don't,
Intento.
one moment, Your Honor, I'll check to, I don't think it should be an attempt.
It says Raven Billy Thomas.
Yeah, well, Your Honor, they attached the wrong KPS. If you'll see it's a
Okay,
different
here we
case
go.
number.
You just need to attach the right KPS to here. Do you have one so that I can,
I'll see what I can find.
all right, so it's a change of charge, sir, just so that you're clear, from a burglary with assault or battery
Así que es un cambio de cargo de que era antes de allanamiento con ataque o con agresión
to a burglary unoccupied conveyance unarmed.
y un allanamiento sin armas de un vehículo desocupado. Es otro cargo.
Reading?
I don't understand how this was ever considered to be a burglary with
No
a
entiendo por
battery.
qué esto se consideró allanamiento. No se entiende según la defensa.
It's clearly an unarmed
But we're
burglary.
not there now.
Right, I know. Nevertheless, Mr. Guzman was held without bond for several days
Sí, lo tienen varios
on this
días
charge.
sin fianza por este cargo.
Thank you.
I don't know what Mr. Guzman's financial situation is because I've been unable to communicate with him.
No me puedo comunicar con él, así que no sé cómo está el señor Guzmán de dinero.
But I would ask the court to, if we could inquire of Mr. Guzman whether he can make a bond.
Sí,
Okay,
voy a
so what do you
preguntarle,
require, via the clerk, I mean, via the interpreter?
voy a preguntarle, el abogado de la defensa hace una pregunta.
And you can do it over the phone, whichever way you
Como,
We can do it right here,
lo
Judge.
podemos hacer ahora mismo, no me preguntar, el abogado de la defensa le va a preguntar ahora mismo.
Mr. Guzman, do you have any money to post a bond?
Señor Guzmán, ¿usted tiene dinero para pagar fianza?
Do you have any money in the bank?
¿Tiene dinero en el banco?
Are you working?
¿Está trabajando? Well, yes, but not right now.
Well, if you were released from jail, would you have a job waiting for you?
Ahora, si usted sale de la cárcel, va a tener un trabajo esperándolo. Yes.
What type of work would you be doing?
¿Qué tipo de trabajo usted estaría haciendo? Construction.
Do you work for a particular company?
¿Usted trabaja para una compañía en particular?
Do you do labor pool?
¿Usted se mete en lo que llaman el trabajo del labor pool, donde los llaman a ellos? Yes.
Where do you live, sir?
¿Dónde vive usted, señor? North Florida.
Do you have an address?
¿Tiene dirección? Yes.
What is it?
¿Cuál es la dirección? ¿Me lo da lento para yo anotar? 5222 Northwest 26 TH 36 TH. ¿Y la ciudad?
At 5222 Northwest 36 Way.
3309 North Lauderdale.
How long have you lived there, Mr. Guzman?
¿Hace cuánto que vive usted ahí, señor Guzmán? ¿Hace cuánto que vive ahí, señor Guzmán? It's my mom. That's with my mom.
Is that where you would be living if you were released from custody?
Y si lo sacan, entonces salga de la cárcel, ¿usted va a estar viviendo ahí? Yes.
Judge, I'd ask the court to consider pretrial release for Mr. Guzman. He's living with his mom, and
What's the address? I didn't catch
La
that.
dirección, la dirección era 5222 Northwest 36 North Lauderdale 33. ¿Cuál es el código, el código postal que es? 3309.
it's the same address that's on his
3309.
booking sheet.
Well, this says Fort Lauderdale. He said North Lauderdale.
¿Es en
Is it, go ahead.
¿Es Fort Lauderdale o North Lauderdale?
If
It's
we
close
said-
to Fort Lauderdale.
All right, so let's leave it at that.
Vamos a
If he
dejarlo así.
doesn't get something in the mail
Si no recibe algo por correo
within the next 2 weeks,
en las próximas 2 semanas,
then he better find someone to help him navigate the clerk of the court website.
va a tener que buscar quien le ayude para entrar en línea por internet con la secretaria de la corte, Clerk of the Courts, así se llama.
To when his court date is.
Ahí va a aparecer su fecha de comparecencia en la corte.
He can always come down here and try to find out.
Usted también puede venir en persona y así averiguar.
I'm
Honor.
assuming, Madam Clerk, they have Spanish-speaking clerks? Okay.
He was,
Ahí hablan
I'm sorry.
español. Hay secretarias ahí que hablan español en la secretaría.
He was arraigned yesterday. He's been advised when his next court appearance is.
Ya sabe de su próxima fecha de comparecencia porque usted le hicieron la lectura ayer de cargos. Yes.
Your Honor, I don't believe he is a good candidate for pretrial. He's allegedly, in this case, breaking into someone's car, stealing their property.
Yo no creo que sea buen candidato, su señoría, para libertad provisional porque se mete en la propiedad de los carros de otros.
He's allegedly doing that while he's being supervised by pretrial for taking someone's property.
Y está llevándose la propiedad de otros haciendo esta cosa mientras está bajo libertad provisional.
And that's after being placed on pretrial for taking someone's property
Y eso después de ir a libertad provisional por llevarse la propiedad de alguien
with 2 priors in the past couple years
y 2 antecedentes en
for
los
taking other people's property.
par de años por despojar a personas de sus pertenencias.
The charge he pled out was allegedly, I guess he did, since he pled to it.
We have
Sí.
to find out if he can post any bond at all.
Sí, vamos a ver si puede pagar el fianza o no. Hay que buscar.
I mean, the court does have concern. He does, he's gonna, keeps repeating.
La preocupación es que está
still-
repitiendo las infracciones.
He stole a tip jar. That was the case he pled out.
Eso era por robarse un jarroncito de propinas.
This is what the court is inclined to do.
La corte va a hacer lo siguiente.
He either posts a bond,
O paga fianza,
what is it you asked for, State? 4,000?
I'd ask, I think, 5, Your Honor.
5, I'm
$5,000,
sorry.
perdón.
All right, so 5,000 you did, I have it right here.
Aquí tengo $5,000 de fianza
Or
O-
set $1,000 bond GPS, his
o
choice.
$1,000 y le pone una tobillera de GPS. Pagando los $1,000 y le ponen la tobillera de GPS o paga los $5,000.
Anything further you'd like to say, Mr. Linder?
No, Judge.
All right, Mr. Reedy?
I just like his mom's name and number.
Y si nos pudiera el nombre de su mamá y el número de teléfono de su mamá. El nombre completo. I don't know her number.
Is it in your phone?
¿Lo tiene en el teléfono usted? No, we don't have the
Anybody
phone.
else we can call that?
¿Alguien más a que podamos llamar a comunicarnos con alguien más? I don't know their numbers by heart.
Do you have a phone?
¿Pero usted tiene teléfono? Right now it's disconnected.
I'd go with the 1,000, Judge, and I mean, somebody's going to come looking for him sooner or later, or we'll have him back on a second look.
Vamos a pedirle
Okay,
$1,000 de
1,000
fianza.
GPS.
$1,000 de confianza. ¿Perdón? How about the 5,000?
With the 5,000 instead?
¿Quiere pagar los $5,000 mejor? Yes.
All right.
Bien,
5,000 it is.
$5,000 entonces.
All right, Madam Clerk, I put the KPS given to me by Mr. Linder on here, and the report, I need that attached as well, okay? All right, thank you.
Bien, gracias. Oh. Should I make an announcement? Or?
One more?
No, the only other guy got it is up in court.
Okay, and who's that?
Fabian Monquet.
Or add charges.
Is that,
It's like counts 34 and 35 or something like that.
where is he in court?
7780.
All right, let's reset him for tomorrow PM.
Yes, ma'am.
So what is the courtroom number?
7780.
All right, so we'll reset him. Is that your last case?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. See you tomorrow. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Okay. Can you make an announcement?
¿Alguien más necesita al intérprete al español? Si es así, levante su mano y da su nombre completo.
Okay, Mr. Romero, anybody need a Spanish interpreter at the main jail? Okay, anybody at North Broward? All right, anybody at Paul Ryan? No one needs a Spanish interpreter. All right, thank you so much.
You're welcome, Your Honor.
Oh, wait, Paul Ryan, you do?
Yes, one guy.
Okay, what's his name, please?
Martínez.
Glad you didn't leave yet.
Sí.
Okay, is he a second hooker this morning? Let's see.
Can't find it, though.
Yeah, it's a motion to release.
Okay. Okay, bring him up, please. Orlando Martinez. Good afternoon, sir.
Buenas tardes, señor. Good afternoon, how are you?
Fine, thank you.
Bien, gracias.
Your attorney filed a motion for your release,
Su abogado presentó una moción para que usted fuera liberado,
stating that the state didn't file formal charges against you
declarando que la fiscalía no presentó cargos formales en su contra
for possession of heroin,
por tenencia de heroína,
fentanyl,
fentanol,
cocaine,
cocaína
and possession of drug paraphernalia.
y tenencia de adminículos para el uso de drogas.
I'm going to ask the state now if they file formal charges.
No,
La
Judge.
fiscalía no ha presentado cargos formales
So
todavía.
you're entitled to a release on your own recognizance.
Usted entonces tiene derecho a tener libertad bajo palabra.
I don't know if you have anything else pending, sir,
No sé si usted tendrá otra cosa por ahí pendiente, señor,
but as far as these 4 charges, you're going to be released.
pero será liberado. En cuanto a esos 4 cargos, estará liberado.
I would like to forewarn you
Quiero advertirle
that the state may file charges in the future
que la fiscalía podría interponer cargos en el futuro.
Yes, sir.
Sí, señor.
Yo tenía una vez que planteé a la corte, un caveat, y fui el lunes pasado, este lunes que pasó a la corte, y me dieron fianza por ese caso, pero yo no tengo dinero para pagar la fianza.
Yeah, I had to attend court. I had some cases, but I did show up on Mondays. On Monday I showed up, and they did give me a bond. I just don't happen to have the money to pay for that bond.
Yeah, he had, what's going on is he had a separate felony case
Un caso separado de
where
delito.
his judge issued a $1,000 bond,
Se puso $1,000 en
GPS.
fianza, GPS,
and then it looks like 8 drug paraphernalia ad charges,
y 8 cargos por artículos de drogas.
where he's got a $100 bond on one count and $99 bonds on the rest.
$100 en un cargo y $99 en el resto de
So
esos
he's being
cargos.
held on what type of bond?
¿Qué tipo de
How
fianza?
many $99?
7 and one $100 bond.
7 y un cargo de $100.
And there's a separate bond, but it would appear his assigned judge set that bond.
Y hay otra fianza que parece que el juez designó ya la fianza.
See, Matt, you mean they lowered it?
¿Se la
Who's the
redujeron?
judge?
Judge Tim Bailey.
El juez Tim Bailey.
What charge is that on?
¿Y ese aparece
That
dónde?
Judge Bailey said, because there's the misdemeanors, which
It's-
could be in his court, but what's the
Menores.
felony?
¿Cuál es el delito grave?
It's count 5.
El cargo número 5.
It's charge 5 that he's being held on.
El
We
cargo
have
5 que lo retiene.
1 through 4 here.
Aquí tenemos del 1
I
al
see,
4.
okay. So 1 through 4, you're gonna be ROR.
Va a ser libertad bajo palabra en los cargos del 1 al 4. 2, 3 y 4.
All right, sir?
¿Está bien, señor?
Ok, tengo que esperarme hasta la otra, si no paga la fianza, hasta la otra corte para otro caso, ¿no?
So if I don't pay my bond, I have to wait till I go to court for the next cases.
Yes, unless you
Sí.
wanna talk to your attorney,
A menos que usted quiera hablar con su abogado,
who I'm assuming is a public defender, about lowering your bond.
que supongo que un defensor público para ver si le reducen la fianza.
Which means your attorney would file a motion
Lo que quiere decir que entonces su abogado podría una moción
to reduce your bond.
para pedir que le reduzcan la fianza.
Porque este solo es para la posesión de heroína, féntano, cocaína y cuál más.
And this is just for having heroin, cocaine, fentanyl, and what else?
Possession of drug paraphernalia.
Y tenencia de artículos para el uso de droga, artículos relacionados con drogas.
Todos los casos de profanilia, uno solo.
So are all the charges paraphernalia or just one?
Mr. Linder, can you tell him what his other charges are?
Sí, el fiscal Lindor le va a decir el otro cargo.
He has, no problem. He has a separate possession of cocaine case, separate and apart from the case before Your Honor
Separado
today.
Del caso que tenemos hoy, tiene otro caso por separado de heroína.
Additionally,
Y además de eso,
let me just. He just wants to keep.
all I want to know is what other case is going to be remaining after this one.
Now,
Possession of cocaine and possession of drug paraphernalia. How many of them?
Tenencia de cocaína y de parafernalia de artículos de droga.
according to BSO PICS,
Según la
there
información de
are
BSO,
8 additional counts of drug paraphernalia.
son 8 cargos adicionales por artículos relacionados con drogas.
Frankly, I don't know
Francamente.
what's going on with those additional counts of drug paraphernalia.
No sé qué está pasando con esos otros cargos adicionales de parafernalia, de artículos para uso de droga. No sé.
So, prácticamente es heavias y la profanilia, ¿verdad?
So practically speaking, it's just the capias and the paraphernalia case.
Tell him I'm not answering it, someone else is.
Sí, ese es de otro. No va a contestar la juez. Un momento.
I don't know how else to put it other than how I just put it. He's got a separate possession of cocaine case,
Son casos por separado que tiene, por separado de posesión.
and he was charged
Se
at
le-
some point after his initial arrest on March 30th
Y después del arresto inicial, que fue en marzo 1,
with 8 additional counts of drug paraphernalia.
tiene 8 cargos adicionales de parafernalia de artículos de drogas.
There's no other way I can answer,
No puedo
advise him what he's
contestarlo
charged with at this point.
de otra manera. No puedo decirle cómo más está, cuál es la acusación que hay.
Ella me dio un ROR por las 3 nuevas posiciones, ya, eso es todo.
So I'll get ROR for the 3 new possession charges.
No,
No.
this is the situation, sir.
Esta es la
We
situación,
have to
señora.
end it here
Pero tenemos que
after this
terminar.
because- Go ahead.
Porque tenemos que ir terminando.
Because we have other cases.
Tenemos
You're
otros
gonna have to
casos.
get in touch with your public defender to maybe write it down for you. But today,
Va a tener que meterse en contacto con el defensor público para que se lo dé a usted por escrito. Pero por hoy, lo de
the
hoy,
state has not filed formal charges on
la fiscalía no tiene un cargo formal todavía presentado en su contra
the possession of heroin,
por la
fentanyl,
tenencia
and cocaine,
de heroína, metanol y cocaína
and the possession drug paraphernalia.
y la tenencia de artículos para uso de droga.
The remainder of the charges you were originally charged with,
El resto de los que usted tenía de las acusaciones de las que tenía originalmente al comienzo,
or there might have been a change of charge, still stand.
esas todavía están pendientes, aunque puede que las hayan cambiado, pero esas todavía están vigentes, las anteriores, el caso viejo.
So on these 4 charges I just told you about, you're going to be released on your own recognizance.
Pero ahora en estos 4 últimos casos, estos nuevos, usted le van a conceder libertad bajo palabra.
Mr. Reedy, is there anything you'd like to add maybe?
Señor Reedy,
He has a court date of June 1st.
para junio 1 tiene que comparecer en la corte.
His public defender is Claire Bader.
Claire Beres es el defensor público.
I see in our notes Mr. Martinez has been interviewed in the jail by our office.
Ha sido entrevistado en la cárcel por la oficina de la Defensoría Pública
There have been some phone conversations with his attorney as well.
y ha hablado con su abogado por teléfono según las notas que están leyendo aquí.
Your Honor, just so the court can have peace of mind, Mr. Martinez, on his other possession of cocaine, had a status conference before Judge Tim Bailey this past Monday. So,
El lunes pasado ya él tuvo un caso por el otro cargo de tenencia.
And he had a motion to reduce bond a week ago.
Y hace una semana tuvo una moción para reducirle fianza.
All right, perfect. Thank you.
Perfecto.
sir. Good luck
Gracias,
to you.
señor. Suerte para usted. Same to you.
Okay. All right, thank you very much. All right, let's get back to our docket. Sergio Vasquez, please. Sergio Vasquez. Did he bond?
I'll check.
What happened, we received the paperwork late, so the deputy was not able to pull the bond.
Okay, where is he?
Maine.
So let him pull him while we're doing this. Yeah. Mr. Romero, we need a deputy, someone to get Sergio Vasquez. Okay, let's move on to the next. Jordan Mack, please. Okay. All right, Jordan Mack, please. Hello, how are you?
I'm okay.
Were you before your regular judge today?
Yes.
All right. All right, ma'am, you have an ad charge, grand theft in the 3rd degree. It's actually an ad charge. Says 2 here, but it's actually count 23. Court does find probable cause. It does say that you had a hearing today at 9 a.m., which we all knew about because you weren't here and we were looking for you. Bond set at $1,000. Did the judge address the bond? In that case, that would be Judge Michael Usan. Anybody want to enlighten the court?
It probably, Your Honor, I suspect that she was going before Judge Usan for her arraignment. I don't have anything to indicate that bond was addressed. I can tell you she's got a total bond of about, definitely over 20,000, maybe probably over
Okay, so you want me to
25,000.
make this $9.99?
Yes, please.
All right, ma'am, I'm gonna make your bond $9.99. If you're able to afford bond in your other cases, you just ask to come back to court and address the $9.99, okay?
Okay, well, I have a question. Could you have me be on the monitor if I got bailed out? And I don't have, like, a place to do that. So if I were to bail out, I wouldn't anyway?
And Your Honor, frankly, I think that the bonds haven't been posted, so that's like, you haven't even
All right,
gotten to
if
that.
you are gonna be able to post your bond, just set a hearing to address that issue, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Marie Lynn Shanera, please. All right, hello,
Hi
ma'am.
there.
Good
How are you?
afternoon. Good, fine, thank you. All right, you have grand theft between $300 and $5,000, $1,000 bond, touch or strike battery, $1,000 bond. In count 3, there's no bond attached to it. It's commit theft, resist recovery of property. So, any objection to probable cause, Mr. Reedy?
No, Your Honor.
What did you say, no bond and what?
No bond attached to it. It means it's an ROR.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So I have a $2,000 bond.
$2,000 total. Were you in room 4870 today?
Yes. And I got court ordered to on SAC, so.
Okay, there you go.
Her bond's probably revoked.
Thank you very much.
That's my guess.
Hold on, what?
I suspect, and I don't know if Brian wants to inquire, her bond might have gotten revoked. She was out on a couple grand thefts at the time of this arrest.
All right, so what?
But she's in the SAP program
Yeah, that's
now,
what I'm saying.
What are
so
we doing with these two?
I'm just
leave,
asking
leave
that
them
the
as they
bonds be
are,
kept in
Judge.
place.
Let her do SAP.
999 then, so I know.
Okay.
SAP program. Are you in the SAP program now?
I'm actually at North Broward now. I just went to court, so I'm waiting to get moved to this app program.
Okay, no return to the target
Okay.
if you do bond out, and that's at 3200 North Federal Highway, Fort Lauderdale. And you're to have no contact, direct or indirect, with Shamil. What?
I didn't say
Oh,
anything.
okay, I heard something.
No.
All right, no contact, direct or indirect, which means nothing in person, texting, calling, writing, or through third parties, and certainly nothing on social media with the Shamil Scott.
Okay.
All right?
Yes, ma'am.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, Anthony Gutierrez. Why did we recall him for the PM? Does anybody remember?
He was, they were gonna let him get access to the phone to call his father to
Oh,
see
that's
if.
right.
There you go.
Okay,
Yeah.
Robert Mojica.
Paul Ryan, Your Honor.
Like my last name. Yes. Hello, how are you?
This morning.
Fine, thanks. All right, you were, I think it's under Judge Fine this morning?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you have an ad charge, false ownership info or pawn. Bond set at $1,000. State, what are we doing with this?
Your Honor, he's got, in addition to this 1,000, he's got his total bond on his 4 other charges is $14,500. So I'm just gonna ask that the $1,000 bond be kept in place.
Did anything happen regarding your bond this morning, Robert?
I have a hearing in the morning,
Tomorrow?
bond reduction or a PTR.
When is that?
I believe it's 8:45 or 9 a.m.
Tomorrow?
tomorrow, yes.
All right, then we're just gonna leave this bond the way it is. You can go into court tomorrow and address all your bonds.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, good luck.
Thank you, sir.
Judge, Paul Ryan has one more, I think.
I'm gonna leave this one just so it doesn't confuse anything.
Sure.
Okay.
Hearing 5318. Okay. Paul, thank you, sir. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I think Paul Ryan said they had one more, Judge.
Does Paul Ryan have another one?
No, Your Honor, that's it.
Thank
Oh, okay,
you.
that was, oh, the other guy was the Spanish-speaking guy, okay.
All right, Conti, I don't know if they have another one or North Broward.
Yes, North Broward has one.
Okay.
Actually, on page 8, Montreal.
Is that part, the regular docket or?
Yes, where's it done?
It's another change of charge.
Okay, are you Montreal Ramsley, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
How are you doing today?
I'm all right, Judge. How are you?
Fine, thanks. All right, sir, you have a change of charge from possession of weapon or ammo by a Florida delinquent adult felon to possession of weapon or ammo by a convicted Florida felon. We need to talk about bond,
Yeah, it's a lateral change of charge, Your Honor.
okay?
You originally set the bond at 10,000 pursuant to, that was the bond that was set on this arrest warrant. Also, that was based on that when he was arrested, he had several no bond felony capias holds.
Does he
That,
still have the no bonds?
yes, he does. So I'm just gonna request that the court, he also, it looks like he got a no bond violation of pretrial placed on him. I'm just gonna be requesting the same $10,000 bond be placed back on this count.
Defense?
If he has no bond holds, Judge, he's gonna need to go in front of his division judge to address all of his bond issues, so we could leave it where it is for now.
Okay, 9,999. Thank you, sir. Did you hear me? Okay. Yes, Yeah, the camera went out. I didn't know if you could hear me. Okay. Jason Howard Bent. Okay, sir, you have driving while license is suspended. Second offense, $100 bond, disobey a stop sign or yield sign. What are we doing with this first?
Judge, I'm assuming Mr. Bent, he wishes to see if he can resolve his case today.
Any objection, State?
No, state's offer would be time served. I don't believe this is going to result in a 5-year habitualization.
All right, raise your right hand. Do you swear and/or affirm to tell the truth?
Yes.
All right, put your hand down. Is your name Jason Howard Bent, B-E-N-T?
Yes.
All right, Mr. Bent, you are being charged with driving while license is suspended, second offense. It's my understanding you wish to waive your right to a trial?
Yes.
Is anyone forcing you to do this?
No.
Are you under the influence of any alcohol, drugs, or medication?
No.
You understand what's going on here today?
Yes.
Ever been treated for a mental illness?
No.
You understand that if you're not a U.S. citizen, a plea to this charge can result in deportation proceedings and affect your ability to remain in the United States, sir?
Yes.
All right, and you also know that if you get 3 convictions within 5 years of driving while license is suspended, the driver's license bureau will habitualize you and as a habitual traffic offender. So it's 3 convictions with the driving while license is suspended within a 5-year period. Do you understand that?
Yes.
All right, so I don't know which one this is. It says it's second, but it could be the third. Do you understand that as well?
Yes.
All right, understanding what I just explained to you, do you want to plead guilty, not guilty, or no contest to the driving while license is suspended second offense?
No contest.
The court is going to accept your plea, find that's freely and voluntarily entered. Court has reviewed the court file and finds probable cause for the plea. Court's going to adjudicate and time serve $293 in court costs. You have 30 days to appeal the sentence of the court. If you can't afford an attorney, one will be appointed. Thank you, sir. Good luck to you. Kenneth Darrell Wilson, please.
Mr. Kenneth Wilson is approaching, Judge. He's fine, service to public defender.
Okay. Hello, are you Kenneth Wilson, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, sir, you have driving while license is suspended. Bond is set at $500. There was an habeas issued for you. It says that this is your second offense. Can you bond out?
Yes.
All right, who's going to bond you out?
My sister?
Have you been able to speak to your sister?
No, I can't speak to nobody. I ain't spoke to nobody since I've been here.
How come nobody at the main jail gets to speak to anybody to see if they can bond out? Does anybody know? Mr. Reedy? Mr. Romero?
Generally, they are given a phone call after their magistrate hearing, Judge. That's my understanding.
It would be helpful if they get one before. All right, is there anybody that we can call to see?
You can call my mom.
All right, what's her number?
954
Uh-huh.
691 7720.
Yeah, that's fine.
954-691-7720.
Yes.
What's his
You have reached the voicemail box.
What's his priors?
95469177720. At the tone, please.
She must be busy. She always answers.
Yes, hi. My name is Judge Malk. I'm calling from Magistrate Court. We're trying to get a hold of you. Your son is in jail for driving while license is suspended, and we're seeing if he could afford to pay the $500 bond. objection to pretrial?
One moment, Judge. Yeah, this is the second time capias has been issued on this case for his failure to appear in court.
Address 5041 Southwest 13th Court, North Lauderdale. Is your address 5041 Southwest 13th Court?
Yeah, that's my old address.
Did you notify the court of a new court? This is a 15 case, by the way. Give me your new address, sir.
I think it's 404 Southwest.
You think?
Apartment 20, huh?
You think? You're not sure?
Apartment 29. What'd you say?
You're not sure?
No, it's 404 Southwest. Apartment 29, Deerfield Beach, Florida.
Hold on, 404 Southwest what?
Apartment 29.
No, it's Southwest something street.
No, it's South. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Do you think your mother didn't pick up the phone because she doesn't know who it is?
Probably so. Can you call her back, please?
I'll try one more time.
Try to get out of here.
What is her name again, sir? Miss Wilson?
Sheila.
Sheila. Hi, Sheila. This is Judge Malika calling from Magistrate Court. I have you on speakerphone. Everything's being recorded. I have your son, Kenneth Darrell Wilson, who was arrested on a driving while license is suspended. Can you afford a $500 bond to get him out of jail?
Well, I just paid all my bills, but I'm gonna have to afford it. I'm gonna see if I can get this 500 up and get him out. Yes, ma'am.
All right, can you tell me your mailing address for him so I can change it? So he does get court notices and there's not a problem in the future?
Yes, ma'am. It's 404 Southwest 2nd Street, apartment 21.
21, apartment 21?
Yes, yes, ma'am. And the city is Deerfield Beach, Florida, 33441.
Okay. I'll have
All right, you can contact a bondsman instead of paying the full 500 if you want to proceed that way, because you only pay 10%. So if you want to contact a, where do you have money?
I got money in my bag. Tell her to call my sister Kiki. I got like $500 in my bag.
I can hear it. I hear it.
Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you got to keep up with your court dates, sir. You miss court date, you're welcome. Have someone go and bond him out of jail, okay?
Yes, ma'am. I'm sure I'm gonna go do that now.
All right, thank you very much.
You as well. Have a great day.
You too, ma'am. Good luck to you. Bye-bye. Sir, you get a court date notice, you got to appear in court. If not, or if you move, it's incumbent upon you. All right? All right, thank you. Good luck to you. Edward Allen Bronson.
Mr. Bronson, come on up, please. Approaching judge.
Okay.
Your name.
Okay, Mr. Bronson, you have a DUI, alcohol, or drugs. First offense, $500 bond. DUI with an unlawful blood alcohol level above a .15, $1,000 bond. And the other two are failure to drive in a single lane and careless driving. Those are basically RORs. Anybody want to be heard on the $1,500 bond?
I do, Judge.
Or probable
Oh,
cause?
no, not for probable. I'm sorry, I misread it. No, I don't have a probable cause argument.
Okay.
Judge, we're going to be asking for the court to consider releasing Mr. Bronson on pretrial release. He's 55 does, he has no one to contact. Right now his phone's in the property, but it's dead. And I know here at the jail, they have a policy not, to not allow people to go ahead and, I guess, charge their phone. So I'm not in a position to call anyone. So Judge, I would have to ask you to consider releasing on pretrial release.
Any objections?
No, I just asked that there be conditioned no alcohol, no intoxicants.
All right, so the court's gonna ROR you, but let me ask you this question, sir. Is your new address or your old address 619 North Avenue, Andrews Avenue, apartment 701?
That's my new address, ma'am.
Okay. All right, you should be getting a court date within the next 7 to 10 days, okay, sir?
Will it be sent in the mail?
Yes, if you don't get a notice, you can go to browardclerk.org. Do you have internet at your house?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, well, or you could come to the courthouse and check. There's a kiosks all over the place. Or you can call, but that'll probably take you a little bit longer if you don't get notice in the mail, okay?
Okay.
All right, you also might want to contact the public defender's office for seeing if they can represent you on the DUI, all right?
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Good luck to you.
Apply this morning, I mean, right now, Judge, so Your Honor is releasing him on pretrial release, correct?
Yeah, standard.
Okay. The pretrial, as soon as you're released, you have to go there.
Did you have a question? Huh?
Judge, I'm being asked by the justice to just call a gentleman out of court. I believe his name is Mr. McFadden, and he is on page 9 of your document.
The regular
The
one?
last page.
Okay, all right, I got it.
Mr. Malcolm McFadden?
Sure. Are you Mr. McFadden, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good afternoon. You're charged with burglary of an unoccupied dwelling unarmed. This is actually a change of charge from burglary of a dwelling to burglary of an unoccupied dwelling unarmed. State?
Your Honor, actually,
Son.
it's, Your Honor, actually, it's an upfile from when he was first arrested. On the findings, it said burglary of an occupied structure.
Mine says dwelling. I'm just saying on my sheet.
I know in your sheet, I'm talking about the original findings, Your Honor.
Okay, so
That's
it's an
not-
upfile, so tell me what
Well,
you're asking.
and I don't even think it's an original upfile. I think if, and I could pull
Sure.
the original PC. I think it's one of those situations where it was pretty clear from the allegations
It
what,
was just how it was written?
exactly. Because
All right, so what is it that you're asking for?
I'm asking for you to set the same bond and conditions that you previously set. One moment, Your Honor. Okay.
Oh, okay, thank you. I appreciate that so much. There you go.
And because Your Honor set such a high bond, I wanted to print the report so you could see what the original allegations were. You had originally set the bond at $35,000. Nobody can contact you overtime.
I have it right here. But you can say it anyway, I'm just letting you know I do have it.
File and pretrial GPS. And, Your Honor, while we did not charge it as an occupied dwelling, it's still, and it's because it's an element we don't have to prove, it is still a second-degree felony. And as the court can see, the allegations are clear on their face that the alleged victim was present, to the point noting that she took a picture of Mr. McFadden as he fled from her residence. Your Honor, I'm just asking that the court set the same conditions as you can see.
What's the bond, 30?
35,000, pretrial, level 2 GPS, no victim contact, no return to the residence, mile distance.
Defense?
Judge, still, as you can see, Mr. McFadden is still in custody. He wasn't able to have anyone post his monetary bond. Unfortunately, he is homeless, financially independent. I believe in custody for about 30 days. There's nobody that's going to be able to post his monetary bond as it is currently set at $35,000.
Right, no victim contact, direct or indirect, with the alleged victim with the initials KA. Stay at least 1 mile from 815 Northeast 28th Street, Wilton Manors, Florida. GPS level 2. State, I'm inclined to set his bond at $10,000.
Your Honor, unless there's some showing that his financial situation is much worse than it was, and it wasn't 30 days ago. I'm showing it was about 20 days ago. I really don't see any change in circumstances that would justify reducing the bond $25,000. No motion's been made to Judge Uson to have the bond modified. He's scheduled for arraignment on May 7th, so he'll be seeing his judge in a matter of days. This is a case involving a victim. It's being magistrated, Your Honor, but, and yes, you do get to decide the bond, but if there hasn't been really any change in circumstances, I don't know that there's a basis to change the bond. If everything's,
Change the charge.
but it's not, Your Honor. Your Honor, it was a burglary dwelling when he came through the first time. It's a burglary dwelling now. Even if it's listed as unoccupied, as I mentioned earlier, it's still a second-degree felony. He still faces the same consequences. And as you can see, this isn't a matter of, well, you know, it was charged as a burglary of an occupied dwelling, but there was no mention of the resident being home, so it was so it should have been treated differently. It's clear on its face that the alleged victim was home when this occurred.
All right, 35,000 without prejudice. Thank you. Sixtus Edwin, please. Sure. Claudio Santana. Claudio Santana, come on up. And then after that's going to be Timothy Abren Wallace. I'm sorry, it's going to be Dominic Francis and then Timothy Wallace. Are you Mr. Santana, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good afternoon, sir. You have a DUI, alcohol, or drugs, first offense. Bond is set at $500. Court does find probable cause. Your address 480 East 188th Street, Bronx, New York?
Yes.
All right. All right. Defense?
Judge, at this time, he's from New York. He's visiting down here. He's here on vacation right now. There's no one he can contact. He doesn't have his phone with him to call anybody. His family, he lives with his mother in New York. He doesn't have any way of contacting her. She does not know he's currently in custody. He's going to be asking Your Honor to release him ROR on this DUI offense, considering there's no way he can put any sort of monetary bond.
Your Honor, I don't see how there's no way he can post any kind of monetary bond. He's got enough money to travel vacation from New York to Florida, enough money where I imagine he's driving a 2018, was it a Volkswagen? I imagine it's a rental, so there's money there to rent a car. He's staying somewhere.
How much money is in your property?
Last night, and then, to be honest, I have like no way about Judge. He has no money in his pocket.
And I'm just looking at this further. He's got enough money to.
Why would he give his money to someone he doesn't even know?
And
When he was arrested, my understanding is he met an individual, the police officers went ahead and basically gave his property to that other individual. When he told me he just met that person that night, so he has no way of contacting that person or anything like that. So he's in a situation where, yes, he had his, I guess, his wallet with him, if he had his phone with him, he could contact people to go ahead and post his monetary bond because he does have the financial ability if he had all those resources. But at this time, he doesn't. That's why I said he has no phone with him. How New York, he's visiting down here. He has no one to contact to post his monetary bond.
wait, Your Honor, I'm looking at, if you look at the second to last page of the people that he was with, at least two of them are women with Bronx addresses. So either he did know some of the people he was with, or he happened to coincidentally go out to a club in Miami, meet two strangers that also happen to live in the Bronx, leave the club in Miami after having 7 to 8 Long Island iced teas with them, and the officer happened to give these strangers his property.
So, Judge, is Mr. Lunder finding it unusual that we have other people from New York here in South Florida?
We can use common sense, or we can just, I mean.
This is like Miami, South Florida.
Uh-huh.
Capital of like basically Florida. There's people from New York, New Jersey, everywhere here in South Florida. Okay. Not unusual.
Your Honor, I'm going to rely upon my argument. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if he wants, we'll make a phone call. Right now, I'm gonna leave the bond at 500. Thank you.
Okay, he has no one to contact, Judge. Thank you. Judge, identity form, who's that? Mr. Edwin? Mr. Edwin is back. Page 4, Judge.
Dominic Anthony, I'm sorry, Edwin?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, is your name Sixtus Edwin, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you have 2 bond surrenders, which are not for magistrate, for 100 and 250. You do have driving while licenses suspended, $500 bond. It actually says 2,500 on one of mine, I don't know why. You had a no-show at a hearing. Guns. Fancy bail bond surrendered his bond. Had a $2,500. Okay. All right, so we have the capious misdemeanor $500 bond. What are we doing with it?
On count 1, if he wants to, I would offer, the state's offer would be a withhold. He has a prior DWS, but that was in 09, so this would not result in a 5-year habitual suspension.
Withhold and court costs.
What is the answer, all 3, Judge?
I don't have a problem with resolving something that's, another misdemeanor case.
If he wants to, I'll offer withholds on all 3. But that's going to be, but as long as he's aware, that'll be 2. One more.
Cannabis, the end, that would be a withhold on the possession of cannabis?
I'm offering withholding all three. All three counts.
Okay, so he has 2 driving while licenses suspended and 1 possession of marijuana under 20 grams.
Yes. Okay, he wants to ask me a question.
Sure. All right, is there anybody at North Broward we can take in the meantime?
Yes, there is, Judge. The last one in North Broward is on our second look docket. It's Coyote Row.
All right, let's go to Mr. Rowe, page 2. Hello, how are you?
How you doing, Lorna?
Fine, thanks. You have a possession of cocaine. Tell me what this is about, Mr.
It's a 30-day, Your Honor.
It's a 30-day?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Thought it was a second look.
No, we technically don't have any second looks today.
Okay. Thanks for sharing.
Sure.
Did they file charges?
That's what I'm checking right now.
All right, sir, so we're seeing if the state filed formal charges, okay?
No, Judge.
All right, so they didn't file formal charges. They had until today. Court's gonna ROR you on this possession of cocaine. I don't know if you have anything else pending. If you do, I don't know what the bond is, but as far as this
No,
simple.
this is it. This is all that's holding it.
Okay, this is your only case pending, correct?
Yes, miss.
All right, let me just let you know, sir, that doesn't mean that they can't file something in the future.
Yes, miss. I
Alright.
understand, Lorna.
All right, let me ask you this, when you get out, do you have a place to go and live?
Yes, miss.
All right, sir, good luck to you.
Thank you, Lorna. God bless you, miss.
Thank you, thank you.
See you heaven, miss. See you heaven, Lorna.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Hope it's not in heaven too soon, okay. All right, Sixtus Edwin?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, sir, so, Mr. Romero, tell me, have you had enough of time to speak to Mr. Edwin?
I did advise him, that with the court's offer, Judge, I did tell him if he wished not to accept it, he could elect to fight all 3, cases, have his day in court. But at this time, he says he wishes to resolve all 3, counts.
All right, sir, raise your right hand. Do you swear and/or affirm to tell the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, put your hand down. Is your name Sixtus Edwin, Sixtus Edwin?
EDWIN.
Okay. It's my understanding you wish to waive your right to a trial in all 3 cases?
Yes, Your Honor.
No one's forcing you to do this.
No, Your Honor.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol?
No, Your Honor.
Ever been treated for a mental illness?
No, Your Honor.
You're not on any medications, are you? Are you on any medications?
No, Your Honor.
All right. You understand that if you get 3 convictions of driving while license is suspended within a 5-year period, the Driver's License Bureau will revoke your license for 5 years as a habitual traffic offender. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Understanding what I just explained to you, do you want to plead guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest, Your Honor.
All right, the court's going to accept your plea, find that's freely and voluntarily entered. Court has reviewed the court file and finds probable cause for the plea. On the 2014 case 31988TC40A, court is going to withhold and impose court costs of $293. In case number 16022-904TC10A, court is going to withhold and impose court costs of $293. In case number 170005556MM40A, the court is also going to withhold, and impose court costs of $293 each count. The court will take judicial notice of the time that you served in the Broward County Jail in all 3 cases. You have 30 days to appeal the sentence of the court. If you can't afford an attorney, one will be appointed.
Judge, when you have a chance, I know you've asked about him before, Sergio Vasquez. He has arrived. Whenever you're ready, we're ready
Fine.
to see Mr. Vasquez.
That's who you want to go.
Oh, I'm just letting you know whenever you want.
Sure, call him up.
Mr. Vasquez, come on up.
Oh, this was the gentleman that wasn't down yet, right? All right. Hello, Mr. Vasquez, how are you?
I'm all right. Good afternoon.
All right, sir, you have DUI, alcohol, or drugs, first offense, $500 bond. Court does find probable cause. What are we doing with this, folks?
Judge, Mr. Vasquez will be posting his bond.
Okay.
Posting his bond.
All right, good. Sir, is your address 4259 Southwest 10th Place, Deerfield Beach?
That's correct.
All right, if your address changes, it's your responsibility to let the clerk of the court and your attorney know, okay? In writing, with your case number. Thank you, good luck to you. So the next one is Dominic Anthony Francis.
Is it approaching, Judge?
All right. Mr. Francis, you have possession of cannabis, 20 grams or less, $100 bond. Count 2 is a capias, expired DL more than 6 months. Bond is set at $250. You are going before your division judge, Judge Ginger Lerner Wren, on May 7th, which is this Monday at 2 p.m. Anybody want to be heard?
Judge, Mr. Francis is asking to ask the court to consider resolving the case.
I'd offer withhold on both counts.
Withhold.
You want to resolve it today? He wishes to accept the state property.
Just looking to see if it's 2 separate cases. Hold on.
It is.
It is,
The
okay.
cannabis is a new
All
charge.
right, raise your right hand. Do you swear and/or affirm to tell the truth?
Yeah.
All right. Is your name Dominic Anthony Francis, Francis?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can put your hand down. All right, sir, you want to plead guilty, not guilty, or no contest to possession of cannabis less than 20 grams and expired DL more than 6 months?
No contest.
All right, anybody forcing you to do this?
No, ma'am.
Are you under the influence of any alcohol or drugs?
No.
Ever been treated for a mental illness?
No, ma'am.
Okay, you understand what's going on here today?
Yeah.
All right, you're not on any medications, are you?
No.
You understand that if you're not a U.S. citizen, a plea of his charge could result in deportation proceedings and affect your ability to remain in the United States?
Yeah.
All right. All right, the court is going to accept your plea, find that it's freely and voluntarily entered. The court has reviewed the court file, finds probable cause for the plea, withholding court costs on both cases, $293 in court costs. Court takes judicial notice of the time that you served in the Broward County Jail. You have 30 days to appeal the sentence of the court. If you can't afford an attorney, one will be appointed. Thank you, sir. Good luck to you.
Good luck, sir.
Timothy Wallace, please.
Mr. Wallace? Is it approaching, Judge?
Hello, Mr. Wallace. How are you?
Good.
All right, sir. You have operating without a valid DL. Bond set at $500. Does he want to resolve his case today?
He does, Judge.
State?
Your Honor, I'm relaying the plea offer that was listed by the ASA assigned to the case. That'd be a withholding court cost.
Raise your right hand, sir. Thank you. Do you swear and/or affirm to tell the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Is your name Timothy Bren Wallace?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. You don't want to go to trial on an operating without a valid license? You want to plead guilty or no contest? Anybody forcing you to do this, sir?
No.
You don't want to go to trial, do you?
No, ma'am.
Want to plead guilty, not guilty, or no contest to operating without a valid license?
Not guilty.
All right, not guilty means you want a trial. Guilty,
No contest.
no contest, all right. Court's gonna accept your plea, find that freely and voluntarily given. The court has reviewed the court file and finds probable cause for the plea. I knew we'd get there. Withholding court costs of $293. Court takes judicial notice of the time that we served in jail. You served in jail, and you have 30 days to appeal the sentence of the court. If you can't afford an attorney, one will be appointed. Good luck to you, sir. You're done with this case except for paying your $293. Miguel Lopez, please.
Mr. Lopez is the person, Judge.
And then after Mr. Lopez is Mr. Santos and then Sealy. Okay, Mr. Lopez, you have county sentence, felony, 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 which is not for magistrate, no bond. You do have a capias for a misdemeanor,
Yes.
which is, hold on, don't talk about the facts of the case, sir. It's an unserved summons for a capias for a battery
Your Honor.
set by Judge McHugh.
Yeah. Your Honor, I'm just going to be requesting, obviously, the $1,000 bond that Judge McHugh set be kept in place, but also that the court order a no contact.
With who?
I provided the clerk with, the clerk has the name, Your Honor.
You want to just give me the initials? That's fine. ML and
No, this-
KL?
No, this is ML, it's KL. The defendant's ML.
Okay, all right, so sir, there's no victim contact, direct or indirect, with the alleged victim in this case, with the initials KL. That means no in-person contact, calling, texting, writing, emailing, nothing. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, that also means no contact through social media, even including liking, disliking anything, and no contact through third parties as well. So let's talk about bond on the $1,000. Anybody want to be heard?
Judge, I'm speaking with Mr. Lopez. He recently resolved the, I guess, count 1, count 2, count 3. He's going to be doing county time right now. He's waiting on the SAP program. However, discussing count 4 with him, this misdemeanor battery, he doesn't know where it comes from. He's been going to court for about a year. This is the first he's heard of it. He doesn't know when the date of incident on this allegation, on anything. He doesn't know any of the details.
And also, Your Honor, I was out on bond for the case that I'm sentenced on for now. I've been out on bond the whole time. I never got word from the bond. I know nothing about the battery case. I never got no mail or nothing like that about it. And through the mail about the battery case, I just heard about it yesterday when I got sentenced. So I don't know when it happened.
Allegedly, it occurred on December 12th of last year. It looks like a fight between you and your brother at the residence, and the allegation is that you struck him in the face with a clothes, oh, her in the face, I guess it's your sister, struck her in the face.
You're off mic.
Causing her to lose her balance and fall. The police were called. She had a ½ laceration to the right side of her lip as a result of you hitting her. That's what she says. So it was December 12th of 2017 at 5801 Northwest 18th Street in Margate.
All right, so what's your position on bond? else at North Broward or anywhere else we can take care of? All right. Sir, let me ask you this question, because we're waiting on you. Is your address 430 North Southwest 42nd Street, apartment 2D?
That's my mom's old residence.
Okay,
She doesn't reside there anymore.
all right, tell me what your mailing address is.
1009 Northwest 30th Court.
That's not where your sister lives, is it?
No.
Okay, any apartment number?
Apartment, I believe it's apartment 9,
What town is that?
Oakland Park, Florida.
Do you know the zip code? If you don't, that's okay.
No, I don't know the zip code, ma'am.
All right, so it's 1009 Northwest 30th Court, apartment 9, Oakland Park, Florida, correct?
Correct. Judge, as far as, he's going to be in custody, because he's still going to be serving a sentence on 1, 2, and 3, so we're not going to be asking for an ROR. Judge, we ask you to consider maybe reducing it to $100 so that he gets credit on the case while he's currently in custody, Judge.
How long is he in custody for?
Well, I believe he was given a jail sentence. However, he was given the opportunity to mitigate that sentence if he successfully completes the SAP program. As of right now, I don't think he's in the SAP program. I think the SAP program, there's a wait list. So it's going to be all dependent on when he actually successfully completes the SAP program.
In light of that, Your Honor, then I would ask that, I have no problem with him being set before Judge McHugh for this hearing. It's a DV case.
All right, this is what the court's going to do. The court is going to leave the bond in place. Actually, I'm going to set it because of these other ones at $9.99. He can go before Judge McHugh. All he has to do is have his public defender, who's Jennifer in there. She'll set a hearing right away. Just send her an email. She'll set a hearing for to reduce or ROR him. So no victim contact, direct or indirect, sir, with KL. No possession of any firearms, ammunition, or weapons. When you do get out, if you do have any, you are to surrender them immediately to your local police department. Do you understand?
Sure.
All right. Good luck to you, sir. You can get into Judge McHugh fairly quickly. There you go. Thank you. All right. Marcus Santos and then Ricky Seeley.
Mr. Santos is here. Name, Judge?
Okay, Mr. Santos, possession of cocaine, $1,000 bond. Count 2, possession of cannabis, 20 grams or less. No bond attached to that, which is basically an ROR. Court does find probable cause. Anybody want to be heard?
Can I solve it today? No, it's a felony. Unfortunately not. Judge, at this time, Mr. Santos did advise me he's going to call someone close to bond, so nothing to add at this time.
All right, thank you. Good luck to you, sir.
Good luck.
Ricky Wilford Seeley, please.
Mr. Seeley.
And then after this is Norris Lee Brown. Are you Mr. Seeley, sir? Good afternoon.
How you doing?
Fine, thank you. You have possession of cocaine, $1,000 bond. Possession of cannabis, 20 grams or less, $100 bond. Count 3, tamper with or fabricate physical evidence, $1,000 bond. Count 4 is driving while license is suspended, third or subsequent offense. So they're charging it as a felony, $750 bond. Count 5 is disobey a stop or yield sign. It's basically a civil traffic infraction, not for today. Any objection to probable cause?
No, Your Honor.
Court does find probable cause. Anybody want to talk about the $2,850 in bond?
Your Honor, I don't, he's had some cases in the past couple of years that have gone through felony drug court. That being said, I don't have an objection to ROR to pretrial with no drugs or alcohol and random testing. I don't know if this is going to end up back in drug court or not.
All right, so ROR on count 1, 2, 3, and 4, standard pretrial release. No alcohol or intoxicants. Prescriptions are allowed. All right.
And Your Honor, as far as random testing?
I didn't order that.
Okay.
Okay? Norris Lee Brown, please. Okay, Mr. Brown, good afternoon. You have possession of cocaine, $1,000 bond. You do have 2 capious misdemeanors. One is fraudulent obtain or use or disable. Looks like a parking, something with parking. And count 2 is driving while license is suspended. $1,000 bond for those 2. These are 2014 cases. The 2 capiouses, Mr. Linder. Any
Yes.
objection to probable cause?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Does he want to resolve the 2 capiouses? He has a pending felony, but these are 2014 cases. Do you even know what count 1 is? Is that using a?
I don't know if he wishes to resolve. He's already contacted his family. I
Right.
believe they're already going to bond it, so they might be posting the bond for the entire thing.
All right. Let me just confirm his address then.
Yes, sir.
2551 Northwest 41st Street, Lauderhill. 2551, 2551.
Yes.
Okay. All right, so we'll leave the bond in place. Thank you. Good luck to you, sir. All right, let's go to the regular the other docket. Page 3, Trace Hemphill.
He's approaching.
Okay, is
And-
this an ROR?
Yes, they all are, Your Honor. It's been, information's been filed.
All right, sir, I'm gonna have to deny the motion. The state had till today to file an information, formal charges. So you do have formal charges filed against you. Is it for the same as charged?
We declined the escape and resisting without violence. We filed the rest as charged. His total bond is $2,100 now.
Can you make the $2,100 bond, sir?
$2,100, Mr. Bond. Judge, he's informing me.
All right, why don't you set him for a second look tomorrow, Mr. Reedy? Okay?
Madam Clerk, can we set Mr. Hemphill for a second look docket tomorrow afternoon? Can we do that? Yes, Judge.
Unless the state has no objection to standard pretrial.
No, I do, Your Honor. The reason, well, I'm just letting the court know, because maybe we could save some time. The reason, part of the reason it seems his bond was set where it was is he's a resident of Texas. He doesn't live here.
If he has no money, how's he gonna get back here?
Judge, he said he's gonna have a friend here in Broward County that he can stay with. So he will have a residence and he will stay local during the pendency of this case.
All right, why don't you try to get into contact with this friend and we'll talk about it tomorrow afternoon, okay? All right, Keyshawn, I'm sorry. Next one is Coyote Row, page 2.
We already took care of Mr. Rowe.
I didn't close it out. Keyshawn Wilson, page 2, top of the page. Is this the same? ROR?
Yep.
Here you go. I don't know what's gonna be.
We haven't filed, Your Honor.
Have not?
No.
Okay, sir. You have a possession with intent to sell, manufacture, or deliver, and possession of cannabis, 20 grams or less. State has not filed formal charges. You're gonna be released on your own recognizance. That doesn't mean, sir, that you don't have other charges and something else holding you. I don't know whether you do or not. And that also doesn't mean whether the state will, in the future, file formal charges against you. Okay, but for now, on the possession with intent to sell, manufacture, and deliver, what is that, of what? It doesn't say on my sheet. Is that cannabis, cocaine?
Count one's alprazolam.
Alprazolam, and the possession of cannabis, your ROR, okay? You have anything else pending?
He has a no bond hold for an out-of-state felony.
All right, then I'll see you in, did you come to extradition court yet?
That's what my question was referring to. I came to see you back on the 4th of last month, and did my extradition time off for the time that I went to the hearing?
No, your 30 days, when you have a pending charge, starts from the day that you're sentenced. Now, I don't know what's gonna happen. Are they gonna, since I'm RORing him this confinement, are they going to send him up to, where are you
Oh,
going?
Your Honor, no. The case is still pending, even with an ROR. So the clock doesn't start ticking. They're not gonna extradite him. My suggestion would be whoever's representing him out of the ERU unit to contact the case filer and see if they can work something out.
Yep. Did you get that, Mr. Reedy?
I did.
All right, the public defender's on it. They'll be
And-
coming to see you, okay? All right, then we have anybody else?
Yeah, I know.
What?
No, we were just talking.
You know what?
What to do about Mr. Wilson.
Someone assigned to this case.
Do we, what about Terry Joseph? Did we do that one? All right, Mr. Joseph, you're last but not least.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, Your Honor, an information was e-filed yesterday with the clerk's office on this case.
It says second look on mine, by the way.
It says that, Your Honor, a motion to release was filed, here's what's going on. A motion to release was filed in Judge Levy's division by the public defender. I got the second looks yesterday from pretrial with a note that this was requested by the public defender. I imagine that they were, since the only motion that was filed was the motion to release, I imagine that someone was seeking to have that motion heard in here, since pursuant to administrative order, that motion's supposed to be heard here. But it was filed as presented, stalking, Your Honor.
What's the bond?
The court originally, it said a $7,500 bond, GPS, no contact. We're just asking that this be allowed to go to Judge Levy's division.
Okay, Judge Levy. Thank you. Court's adjourned. Thank you.